What's going on, guys? This is Chris Chaos back here, celebrating and enjoying what is life. Uh, Real quick, I wanted to do this video, and I've wanted to do this for probably about 2 weeks. And I kind of just want to talk a little bit about 9/11. I know everybody's talking about 9/11. Everybody's going nuts over because it's the 10-year anniversary. Calm down. What I want to do is I want to do something that I don't normally do. And I want to put WWE up on a pedestal. That's what I want to do. I want to put WWE up on a pedestal because I don't do it often. Vince was right. Uh, just a little bit about what happened to me on 9/11 and how it affected me. It didn't really affect me none. Uh, I was in a geometry class, the second class of the day. The algebra teacher that I had the year before came into our class and just kind of interrupted and said, "I just heard on the radio," because she listened to the radio during her off period every morning. Uh, Said that the somebody has flown. Excuse me, indigestion all of a sudden. Somebody's flown planes into the World Trade Centers. Okay, at first I'm like, what are the World Trade Centers? And then later I found out that how big of a deal they were. But being 16 years old, I didn't know anything about them. And plus, living in Mississippi, I didn't know uh, the magnitude and what all happened in that building. I know a little bit better now than what I did then. I'll probably never know of all the many things that went on in those two buildings. But I remember the first thing was, I don't know anybody from New York City, but I'm thinking this sucks. Our country is under attack. Where's my girlfriend? That was pretty much. I didn't think about my mom, my brother, any of my other friends. I was like, where's my girlfriend? I'm 16. That's what meant the most to me at the time. Sad to say. And that's, so I saw her, later on in the day, about an hour later, I guess. And, hug, kiss, everything's going to be all right. Let's live life. Fast forward to Thursday. I'm at her house, and I'm thinking, it's Thursday, it's time for SmackDown. So I'm getting excited. It's wrestling time. Her parents are thinking there's probably not going to be a SmackDown. And the more I start hearing them talk like this, I'm thinking, you know what? You're probably right. I'm like, I bet you anything that there is a SmackDown, but there's not going to be. They may not air it because of all of the news coverage that they're doing. Anyway, so they did have SmackDown. They did air it. I don't remember anything of the night. And really the only storyline I know of that was at that time, well, the more I think about it, the more stuff starts coming back. But the one, the main storyline was the WWE versus the Alliance. The alliance of the old WCW, ECW stars and Stephanie McMahon and Paul Heyman against the WWE taking over. And they put all of that aside. I mean, I think they probably still had WWE versus Alliance matches, but they kind of put it aside. The fact that this was, again, I don't know. I don't remember anything from the show except Vince's speech. I remember Vince's speech very, very, very vividly, and Lillian Garcia singing the national anthem. Which, by the way, if you go watch it on YouTube, which it's on there, in a couple of different forms, or a couple of different videos and different sequences and stuff, you will see, you can see the emotion and feel the emotion out of her and the people that's in that arena, and had all of the wrestlers on the ramp, and Vince standing there next to The Rock, who was at the time the WWF champion, WWF at the time again, and had Lillian got in there and sang the greatest that she's ever sang up to that point, in my eyes. And I don't know that she's ever sang that great because of what she was singing and how she was singing and all this other. And I mean, no offense, Lillian. Lillian's a great singer, but I mean, that was kind of it. That was like, everybody has a plateau in life. And I kind of feel like Lillian hit her plateau because she was the best that she will ever be on that night. At least that's what I thought until May, and she come back when they killed Osama bin Laden and sung the national anthem on Raw and blew it away. Blew it away. Lillian, by the way, those two performances you can catch on YouTube. Those two performances still bring tears to my eyes. I am totally, totally man enough to admit that I cry. I weep every time I hear her sing that. Because that, and it never really hits me. I start get a little teary eyed, but when she goes and the flag was still there, or whatever, the rush of emotion just comes through, and I'm just like, oh, damn you, Lillian, damn you, you've done it to me once again. But yeah, that's what I remember from 9/11. I also remember a lot of people from where I'm at was freaking out over, because it started becoming, we started finding out, or started getting leads on who actually bombed or attacked us, and everybody started freaking out and going and getting gas. I remember driving by the gas pump laughing at everybody very hysterically out the window. Ha ha ha. Because I didn't care. I was 16 at the time. What the crap? I remember telling my mom, no, this is going to be funny. Let me go do this. And I don't know why, but she did. Anyway. So, yeah, that's my whole 9/11 spiel. For a much better 9/11 spiel, I recommend you go listen to the I Want Wrestling podcast with Dave Lagana. Dave is a man among boys, actually, because he's a guy who I frequent a lot on Twitter, and we talk back and forth a couple of times, or have a couple of times. And when I found out about this podcast that he did, I was like, I've got to listen to it. I've got to listen to it. I found out about it yesterday, Wednesday. This is Thursday. Well, technically Friday. Looking at the clock, and I'm just now had just listened to it. But he's got JBL, who did an amazing. They called it a promo. I don't subscribe to that theory, because I don't think that everything, unless they were shooting on the ones that were responsible, then I can better understand that. Yeah, we did a shoot promo on the Taliban. Anyway, and by the way, JBL did a great shoot promo, if you want to call it that. And you can find that on YouTube as well. And I recommend going and watching it, because it's probably the most fired up and emotional you could tell that he ever was in a promo. So you really, I'm telling you, go check that out. I will actually link the website down below. I don't normally do such things. I'll just say, hey, the website or web address is blah blah blah. Go check it out. But because I told Dave I would, I'm kind of promoting him a little bit, because I don't know. I guess I'm just in the mood right now. And so you can go, and my TV just come on for some reason. I think there's a ghost in my home. But
work with your private sector, and any community that has that type of collaboration must succeed.
okay. I don't know why. This is what happens when you try to upload direct to YouTube, and I can't edit that out. So you guys can laugh at that and enjoy. But for now, I'm saying deuces as always. Wait, deuces as always. I've got a couple of very entertaining things that I'm actually about to do here just as soon as this uploads, because I have my camera back. And for those of you who don't know, what I use when I do my my videos, I use one of these, a Sony Handycam. because I'm partial to all things Sony. Well, almost. Almost all things Sony. Cell phones, I'll take a Samsung. But just about anything else electronic, I take a Sony. Okay, so now that I'm plugged them and I'm sure as hell not gonna get any money from the Sony Corporation anytime soon, I bid you adieu. Let the comments flow.